Hello everybody and welcome back. This is Matt with MattMakes, and today we are going to be melting 15 pounds of brass scrap. That is correct, that is 15 pounds. You will see all kinds of bits and pieces in here. Lots of bathroom parts. We got these from Bannister. Many little fittings, cut off ends, bunch of keys, plenty of keys, random little bits, bolts, nuts, screws. These little knobs, I like these, those are cool. It took effort to toss these in to melt, but I'm gonna melt them. I need to stop hoarding stuff. Many little connectors. These were painstakingly harvested 2 at a time from Christmas light strings. So tons of scrap, some locks even. This was from a previous melt. I don't know why this piece of brass wouldn't melt. And just as that, this is from that casting. Didn't get as much as I'd hoped for. So I'm gonna remelt that too. And together with all of this here, scrap-wise, this is 15 pounds. But I'm sure we're gonna get less than 15 pounds in yield. So we'll weigh it afterwards, and we'll weigh our slag and see what we got. Maybe not weigh our slag, I don't know. I never weigh the slag. I'm not going to weigh the slag. But let's get this back to the barn and get to melting. Because of the nature of brass being a good percentage zinc, we got to really make sure to remember to open up here, so we get some good ventilation and circulation going through here. I have said it in every video where I am melting brass or zinc that you absolutely, positively must be using respiratory protection. If you overheat that zinc and what I like to call it goes critical, you could be inhaling very dangerous gases, which could cause a metal fume fever. All things you do not want in your lungs. Also, if it goes critical, very bright, almost radioactive light. It's insane. So I've got my very official eye protection. Ooh, ooh, ooh. So yeah, I got my welding helmet. I don't think I'll need it. But just in case, I thought, you know what, I saw it, I'll grab it, bring it out here. It might be cool to use that. And yeah, I've got my apron. I haven't used this in a long time, but I saw it, I was like, you know, what's a little too much safety, you know? So let's load everything up into the crucible. So let's load up this crucible here, piece by piece. This is about 2 years, maybe a year and a half of brass collection. I haven't melted brass in a long time because it's a pain in my brass, but everything in here has been painstakingly sorted, making sure everything is brass. So we've got all of that in there. Now, sorry, there's these mosquitoes trying to get me. Now let's toss in some bigger pieces that we don't exactly want to have to drop in through the top, just because we don't want to make a big splash. Toss in that. A couple of these pieces here for the those can wait. Oh, here we go. There we go. That'll be good to start us off with for our first pour. Now, we're not going to make a bingot. I could make a 15-pound brass bingot. That would be just under 7 kilograms. And I'd like to go for over 10 kilograms if I'm going to make a brass bingot. Because I forget who it was. Someone, I'll put it right in the corner right here, on YouTube, made a 10-kilogram brass ingot. He didn't call it a bingot. That's my thing. But I don't have that much, and I feel like that'd be difficult to sell, a really big one like that. So I'm gonna make smaller ones, like this, except full. So yeah, let's get that in the furnace and start melting. Actually, you know what? Before we do that, let's just toss in a bit more. The more we toss in, the less time it'll take to get the heat reaction back up and running. So everything in here, there we go, that should be good. Now we want to do a lift test to make sure. See, that's too much. I don't want it to slip out of the tongs, of course. So here, there we go, that'll be good for right now. We're gonna crank the gas. Just enough to turn on. Probably gonna run out, but we've got a second tank just in case. Just enough to light it. Slow-mo shot. All right. Also, if anyone wants a tutorial video on how to build my lighting stick, just let me know in the comments and I will get right on that video. There we go. We're gonna crank the gas up. It's starting to melt. The thinner pieces at the top, at least. All right, so I had to pull it out. That piece that was just melting, it's gotta be zinc. I don't know why the piece would be solid zinc, but I'm pretty sure it is. It makes more sense to be aluminum. It's acting like zinc, and that's fine because brass is a good bit % zinc. So we'll add, so any of it that got left in is gonna be fine because zinc evaporates. So it'll get mixed in and equalize the brass out a little bit. But it's definitely zinc. I know I tested this piece and I came back with, brass positive results, but oh well. I just don't want to over zincify this. So due to that, I'm gonna add another bigger piece to compensate for our loss. That is really unfortunate. I'll add this too. Yeah, that is unfortunate, but I'm glad I caught it. We could toss that in with the next zinc melt. As things are heating up more, I've got my real level respiratory protection on now. Got my mustache. So yeah, it's starting to melt a little bit more, and it smells kind of funky in there, so I just want to play it safe, and you should always be playing things safe. As you can see, we're starting to melt. My phone is getting way too hot already, so I'm going to try and stick away from pointing it directly down the furnace for now. But I will see you guys when this is ready to pour. Let's kill the heat and do one quick pour. Give some of the slag off first, of course. Oh, that's a lot of brass. Alright, that should be enough just to pour it. One brass ingot coming up. Bye-bye knuckles. Oh, too big, too much. Oh well. Now let's add some more brass into the crucible. Very nice. This is really difficult. Oh, that was a bad idea. There's a void in that thing, and I tossed it void down. Which means there's air getting mixed up in there. Alright, that should be enough. Let's get that back in the furnace and remelt all this stuff. Check that out. We're definitely going to have to knock some off of there on that overspill. So let's knock that out of the mold and take a look at that. Very beautiful. Very nice. Probably a little bit too much zinc, but maybe just enough. Who knows? That's a very nice clean pour of our brass there. And I think that's actually because of how much I heated it up. I don't do brass very much, so I haven't had much time to perfect my craft in brass. But I think that turned out nicely. I think we might have figured out the solution here. I'm pretty sure another piece we just put in there was more brass, or was more zinc. So I think I'm gonna toss in a little bit of copper here to balance that out. This is all copper. I'm never adding copper to my brass. I'm always adding zinc to my brass. That feels wrong. Bye-bye copper. Oh well. And as for this, yeah, you see how silver that is? I know once we cool it off, it's going to turn a lot more gold. But too much zinc. And just for good measure, another big copper piece. I mean, another big brass piece. I'm also going to toss this bigger piece of brass slag in there. I just really want this not to turn out so much like that, because I don't know how I even feel about selling that. It's still brass, and once I cool it off again, it's definitely going to turn more gold. But yeah, I'm still going to put it in, because brass is a technical term. There's no actual exact definition of it. Brass could be up to 50% zinc, 50% copper. So it's still brass, it's fine. Kill the heat. As much of the slag out as we can. There's a whole lot. Oh, alright. Never mind on that for right this second.
my finger is about to melt off. Another beautiful pour. Let's get some more of that brass in the crucible. Oh, this stuff is so hot. Alright. Let's toss that back in the furnace, knock out that ingot. Let's go this one more time. Just drop this ingot. Very silver again. I'm sure that'll go away with cooling. There it is. It's pretty gold actually. And this one has become more gold as it's cooled. Got both of these here, and I'm expecting probably about 2 more of those. Kill the heat. Remove the metal from the furnace. Scrape the slag. Pour the ingot. Hot fingers, hot fingers. Overshot that one a little bit too. And this is the last of the brass. There's nothing left in there. So we're going to toss that back in, pour that, and if it doesn't fill up the big one, we're putting it in the little one. I mean, if it overfills that, we're just going for the little one. All right, let's drop this ingot. Oh, beautiful. All right, it's time for one last pouring of the metal. Let's make this quick. Hopefully this is the last one at least. Maybe, hopefully not. I mean, the more metal, the better. All right. It's looking like it's gonna be the last though. Ooh, look at that. Sweet. Alrighty, that was perfect. There's a little bit left at the bottom of the mold as usual, but it's not going to fit in that casting, but I don't want to have to yank it out of here. So I am just going to pour it in here real quick. If it doesn't freeze, alright, I guess it just all froze in there. Oh well. scrape everything off. Alrighty, dump the rest of this out onto here. Oh. Oh my goodness. We're gonna end up breaking this thing. Gonna put this back in the furnace so it can cool nice and slowly. Get this out of the way. A little bead there. Boom. Very nice. Now we're gonna take these all down to the pond, as usual, to cool off. Hey, you want to know my favorite part about melting brass? It's taking off this dang thing. Holy cow. It's a little bit dirty inside there. Whoa. My vision's a little weird. Might have been inhaling the gas. Maybe I'm just oxygen deprived. I don't know. Probably both. So, alright, yeah. We're gonna take these down now. Once I get my head working a little bit. Alrighty. Move that over there, and final. All right, let's weigh these things. Bro, there's this spider under here, under the water. He's alive too. Oh, snap. Did you see that? He's floated up to the surface. Whoa. Dude, you don't want to touch that thing. That's hot. What are you? Are you brown recluse? I think everything's a brown recluse, to be honest. What are you, dude? You were under the water. You're hydrophobic. What the heck? He's swimming. What? I Googled it. Not a brown recluse. It never is. I'm glad it never is. I don't want to encounter one. It's called a 6-spotted fishing spider, and from the looks of it, they're harmless. I still wouldn't want to have that guy take a bite out of me. All right, this video's gone on long enough. I got a new scale. It only goes up to 5 pounds, but that's good enough because I know none of these are over 5 pounds. So let's start with the smallest and go up to the biggest. Oh, wow. All right. 3 pounds, 1.7 ounces. £3 pounds, 7.2 ounces. Jeez Louise. Yeah, there's a leaf on there. 3 pounds, 5.9. All right, so that's not the heaviest, or that's not the correct sequence. I'm sure this one will be the heaviest, though. 3 pounds, 7.3. What was that last one? 7.2. Wow. Wow. All right, those are the heaviest ingots I've cast that weren't my aluminum ingots. So that's crazy. That's almost 3.5 pounds. Wow. Alrighty then. Well, I'm gonna recoup a little bit. I'm a little hot. And then we'll wrap this video up. Alright, we're back inside with the normal scale. And I've determined that the other scale weighs everything about 0.5 ounces too much. Got a grand total, 13 pounds, 4 ounces. I sell my brass at $8 a pound. So each of these ingots are about $26.50. The two heaviest are $27.40. The lowest would be $15 something. The median one would be $16.75. So I changed the link ordering system from the link to the eBay listing for these to an email. So if you are interested in these or any of the other ingots I make on my channel, hit the email down in the description below. Let me know which one you want, and we can work out payment and shipping. That's how I make my money for these videos. So if you want to keep seeing them, it would really help out. Or if you just want to send money, that would be great also, and you don't want any metal. So yeah, I think that's about it. If you have any more ideas for videos, please let me know in the comments below. If you want to see me make my lighting stick, that little zappy thing, let me know as well. Link to the next and last video in the description. Please like if you liked, share it with a friend if you think they'll like it too, and subscribe so you don't miss out on more content like this. Thank you very much for watching. Keep on making.